you want to see an SUV that you've never seen before? Here it is. It's the Bentley Bentayga V8 Diesel. Now, I know what you're thinking, oh, I've seen a Bentley Bentayga V8 Diesel. They're not uncommon. No, but you haven't seen one like this. With plenty of bespoke styling from Bentley's in-house coach builder, Mulliner, this is the kind of premium SUV that is going to leave other manufacturers all at sea. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Since when has Bentley actually been making an SUV, you might ask? For a couple of years now. The Bentayga offers go-anywhere grand touring thanks to the company's engineering ties with the Volkswagen Group. There are oily bits from the Audi SQ7 and the Lamborghini Urus in the Bentayga, not least components from its 4-litre triple-charged turbo diesel. This is the first ever diesel model from the luxury manufacturer. Combines plenty of power and plenty of torque, but also a lot of practicalities. In fact, Bentley say it'll go for over 1,000 kilometres on a single tank. Just how long that fuel lasts in the tank will depend on how you drive it, of course. The Bentayga Diesel SUV is the fastest diesel SUV in the world, with a 270 km/h top speed and a 0 to 100 km/h time of just 4.8 seconds. So with the Bentayga already Bentley's top-selling contemporary model, why would I suggest that you won't see another one like this? Well, that comes down to the unique styling of Mulliner, which has been refettling Bentleys for decades. You see, 80 or so years ago, one didn't purchase one's Bentley in its entirety. Instead, from the manufacturer, you would collect a rolling chassis with an engine, suspension system, a modest electrical system even. It's only then you'd take it off to your coach builder of choice to put the bodywork on. That's why if you open the door of a 1930s or 1940s Bentley, you'll see plaques with names like Park Ward or Thrapper Maberley adorning them, signifying who built that body. H.J. Mulliner & Co. are another of these famous names. In fact, Mulliner is probably more famous than most. They remain today Bentley's in-house coach builder, trusted to recreate Bentleys in any way the customer desires. Much like the exterior of the Bentley Bentayga that we're driving, the interior is phenomenal as well. It's pretty bespoke. In fact, this is where the Mulliner craftsmanship really shows itself. The quilting around the door cards, the contrast stitching. There's this impressive mother-of-pearl timepiece. I was going to say clock, but you need to say it's a timepiece made by Breitling. Bentley do little aspects really nicely. Things like the push-pull ventilation knobs on the air conditioning system. I mean, you just don't get that anywhere else. There's plenty of leather inside the Bentayga as well. How much? Every Bentayga features around 13 bull hides as an approximate, and these bull hides aren't small. In fact, they probably measure around the span of a traditional Kiwi ranch slider. The hides don't come from ranches, however. High-altitude cattle beasts are chosen instead from the slopes of southern Germany and Scandinavia, the idea being that there's less chance of a mosquito bite up a mountain. Also, the farms that produce those hides don't have barbed wire fence for obvious reasons. And also, it's worth pointing out that only bull hides are used. No stretch marks, you see. So there's a lot of tradition on show in this Bentayga, but we'll leave the bovine aspect alone for a minute and talk about horsepower. With the V8 diesel, you get 320 kilowatts peak power and a massive 900 newton meters of torque. That figure is quite amazing. It's not the fastest Bentley in the world, though. In fact, just recently, Bentley released what's called the Bentayga Speed, which is the fastest SUV in the world. It's not just the fastest Bentley, it's the fastest SUV. With its latest edition of the Bentley Continental GT, the company has reignited a firm tradition in motorsport. And actually, the same can be said for the Bentayga. Last year, the company entered a lightly modified Bentayga into the Pikes Peak hill climb, driven by none other than Kiwi-born racer Rhys Millen. Millen's run up that famous Colorado peak absolutely smashed the existing production SUV record by almost 2 minutes, the Bentayga achieving the run in 10 minutes, 49.9 seconds. Now, all this record-setting race action is obviously great for car magazine headlines, but it does go to prove that the Bentayga is well sorted for Kiwi roads as well. In fact, it's worth mentioning that race car was only lightly modified with Pirelli performance tyres, race seats and a roll cage. Other than that, engine, transmission, suspension were all standard. The Bentley Bentayga has what's known as a 48-volt dynamic ride system, and what this does is that it smooths out any sort of body roll as you go around a corner. It's quite impressive to see this car from the outside. You can really notice the way that it keeps very, very level as you go through a series of bends. It just makes for such a lovely, refined sort of ride. I mean, it's the sort of thing that you'd expect from Bentley, of course, but it's that sort of high-level technology that's, again, working away really quietly in the background. The same can be said for the level of standard safety specification that comes with every Bentayga. It's got lane keep assist, it's got radar cruise control, so you can set the cruise control and the Bentley will slow or accelerate depending on the action of the car in front. It's got all these kind of safety aids, but I know what you're thinking. Most cars these days have these things. It's the way it's put together that makes it completely different. It's got so much more in terms of character, in terms of build quality, and just in terms of sheer panache. Bentley Bentayga ticks plenty of practical SUV boxes. It really is like having a GT wearing elegant hiking boots, but it's also capable of a 100-metre sprint at the same time. So it's fair to say that a car like the Bentley Bentayga V8 diesel has so much technology under the skin. Of course, with this particular SUV, it's the skin itself which is kind of the headline act. It's an impressive car, and especially with these Mulliner design aspects, you're never going to see another one like it.